Well, I figured I'd give it a try at starting this up. This Let's Play I've been looking to do. Microprose Studios. Labs. Alright, Microprose Design Group. There's a ship sailing away from Europe. A Microprose adventure. Game designed by Brian Reynolds and Sid Meier, Jeff Breeze and Douglas Kaufman. Programming by Brian Reynolds, computer graphics by Barbara Bentz-Miller, Stacy whatever. I'm not gonna read all that stuff. Anyhow, this is the, cinematic for the opening to Sid Meier's Colonization. And it's a game that, well, I bought this game on a whim. But basically, it's all about colonizing the North American continent or South American continent. You're basically colonizing a new world. And there's a new world coming up upon us. Sid Meier's Colonization. And awesome music, you know. Alright, well, let's just get into it, I guess. So, basically, for those who haven't played this game, this is a DOS game. So this is a very old game, and it basically is like, I think it was made a little bit after Sid Meier's Civilization. For most part, this actually has a lot of like interesting elements to it, and they tried to recreate with like a, I guess a Redux version of it in like, the Civilization 4 engine, but it didn't really catch to like, the emphasis of what this game was all about, I think. But anyways, here's the original game. We're just gonna show it off. Now, you can start the game in a new world, but or you can start in America, but we're going to actually customize a new world to basically go with. But before we do that, I guess I'll view the Hall of Fame. So before basically jumping in, I'll note that I basically tried to play this game a few times basically to try and get an idea of how to play it. I basically played like the English, the Spanish, the French. Played a lot of the English, didn't really get too well with them, but whatever. And then you have the French and the Spanish, who I did pretty well with. And we'll customize the new world. And basically, it's got like the old customization of the, new world stuff. So you can have like, a landmass is small, a landmass is moderate, landmass is large. And it can have like, arpeggios, so like, a series of small islands. You can have a normal, which is basically like a mix of like, continents and islands. And then you can have continents, which is basically, you're going to be like, coming up to like, one or two big land masses. Which is technically what the new world is like, but we're actually going to leave this on normal for now. And then of course you got like cool, temperate, or warm, temperatures. And you got like climate is arid, normal, or wet. I think we'll keep it on normal for now. And let's just click here when finished. Alright, so difficulty levels. Much like, the Civilization, there's like, different difficulty levels you can basically choose. You have Discoverer here, you have Explorer, Conquistador, Governor, and Viceroy. Now, I don't think I'm good enough to play Viceroy, and playing like Discoverer or Explorer would be like a little bit too easy, I think. We're just going to jump in on Conquistador. And then there's 4 great powers you can basically choose. Note that Portuguese are not in here, because why not? There's no Portuguese in this world, apparently. But whatever. That was actually a point of contention back in the day, because, like, you know, they basically had, like, you know, England, France, Spain, and Netherlands. But they didn't really have, like, you know, the Portuguese. They also didn't have anything, like, emphasizing slave power and stuff like that, which is another thing that, you know, is sort of lacking in this game, but whatever. I'll note that these 4 empires, by the way, the English, the French, and the Spain and the Netherlands, they all have, like, different, like, little benefits to them. So Netherlands here, they have, like, a benefit of trade. Spain has a conquest bonus against the natives. France is very good with, like, cooperating with the natives. And then England is very good about integrating, like, you know, new people from the continent over to the New World. So we're probably going to go with Netherlands because I've yet to play with them. And because they have some nice, neat bonuses that they basically use when they, you know, start the game. Now, if you want to, you can basically type in your own names. And, you know what, let's do that. We'll type in DFuxa. The Netherlands. The Protestant Dutch provinces gained their independence from the Catholic Spain during the Age of Expansion. A maritime country of fishermen and merchants, the Dutch Netherlands operated large merchant and fishing fleets in the North Sea and the Baltic. Upon achieving political independence in the early 17th century, this teeny nation found itself ideally poised to expand its overseas trade into lucrative new markets in the Far East and the New World. Unlike their rivals and sometimes enemies, the Spanish, French, and English, the Dutch were ruled by their merchants class. This unique arrangement led them to focus on all aspects of the state diplomatic, military, and economic policy around the interest of trade. Their strategy proved quite successful, and the Dutch economy and merchant fleet expanded so rapidly that the other European powers felt compelled to take drastic measures against the Dutch in order to prop up their own less successful enterprises. So basically, like, you know, there's like these are the 4 empires: the Netherlands, the Spanish, the French, and the English. The Portuguese are technically also an empire, but they don't really get mentioned. And then there's other European powers that get mentioned in the game, but there is sort of like, you know, something like your king will like go and like, you know, do like maneuvers against and such, because, you know, Europe and stuff like that, policies and such. Alright, so, the Netherlands. To represent the strength of the Dutch economy, as well as Dutch achievements in shipping, commerce, and banking, the Dutch player receives a bonus when trading with Amsterdam. Commodity prices in Amsterdam do not collapse as quickly as in other European ports, and they recover more quickly. And this is important if you're like going to rely on lots of trade, so you basically get to see that a little bit. So, Year of Our Lord, 1492. An audience with stadtholder. For the greater glory of the Netherlands, we dub thee Viceroy of the New World. Go and explore this new land, settle it, and bring wealth and glory to yourself and our nation. In the year of our Lord, 1492. This is going to be a little bit slow, this part, but whatever. An expedition led by the great conquistador, DFuxa, left Amsterdam on a voyage of discovery. And for those who don't know, Amsterdam is the capital of the Netherlands. Commissioned and blessed by the stadtholder of the Netherlands. I think that should be Holland, to be honest, but whatever. Who's going to basically correct him on that? To explore the ocean sea. To find uncharted lands. And to establish colonies for the greater glory of the Netherlands. A ship loaded with pioneers and soldiers. With awesome music in the background. Set sail to find a new life, a new beginning! ... It trails off. A new world. Alright, so we have arrived in the New World. Now, I'll note that we basically start at the edge of the map here because basically, unlike in Civilization games, we're actually coming from Civilization, you know, to a new world. We start off with a ship as well as a couple units on top of the ship. Basically, we got ourselves a soldier here, as well as a pioneer. And before I do anything, we're going to go to game options here, and I'm going to turn on end of turn here. Basically, this game, what it'll do, it has like the old Civilization mechanics where when you end a turn, if you move all your units, it'll basically end a turn automatically. I really don't like that, so I'm basically turning it off, but you know, basically it's just an option I can basically turn off, and I'm going to do it for that reason. You have tutorial hints on if you want to, and stuff like that, but whatever. Let's get going. Alright, so let's see here. I see a lot of this, like, you know, rough water down here. This is basically high seas. And basically, these sea lanes are basically how you get back to, like, Dutch, like, you know, lands back in the east. But whatever, let's just follow them a little bit. We'll go here, and here, and here. Now, there's a reason I'm basically following these lanes a little bit, because I want to get as far into, like, the, you know, the landmass as possible. And basically, these are, like, the edge of, like, you know, the world, so we say. Basically, if I get, like, down to, like, here, and it's, like, rough seas, like, going all the way in, I'm still gonna, like, you know, have, like, the same travel time as, like, as if I was, like, coming in over here, so we're just gonna follow them a little bit along. Oh, we're going pretty deep in. Alright, so there we go. Basically, these sea lanes, that'll be like how I get out of, like, you know, this place. Alright, so discover a new world. Basically, you have, like, these little portraits pop up every so often when you have stuff happen, so basically we discover a new world. Land ho! What shall we call this new land, Your Excellency? So I could call it, like, you know, New Netherlands, New France, New England, New Spain. We're just gonna call this Fuxa's land. Alright, so let's just follow along here. We've come to a hills here, which is pretty nice, as well as some fish, but let's try moving a little bit further in, I guess. And I'm liking what I'm seeing here quite a bit. More fish. So let's just make landfall here. There's my pioneer dropping off. And I'm thinking that I might want to build, like, you know, on that hill perhaps, right from the start, perhaps, we'll see. You can wait a little bit though. You can go right there. Well, let's just send a soldier right here. Oh, there's a French caravel. So French are basically blue in this game, so that's how you know who the French are. They're apparently down in this direction somewhere. I gotta watch out for that. Alright, you can go up there a little bit. That's actually a really good spot to build, like, an outpost, I guess. Because it's basically on a hill, and it's right next to the mountain, so we'll get lots of, like, you know, stuff from it. I also get some fish in the sea, which is nice as well. Or I might want to build right here, which means I'll basically get a little bit more, you know, forest here. So it's rainforest, which is okay, I guess. So if you go right there. And we're just going to explore this guy a little bit. I will want to go back to, you know, port, but for now we're just going to explore a little bit in. There's lots of stuff, basically, which is nice. Lots of, like, you know, deer here, for example. Alright, how about you go right there? You can go up here. I see some ore. Or minerals, I guess. Alright, so, first things first, let's build ourselves a settlement. And here is New Amsterdam. So, basically when you start out the game, basically there's, like, these, like, preset names. New Amsterdam is actually a city that was founded where basically a city called New York basically exists. And that's because New York is essentially New Amsterdam, renamed. But anyhow, let's just jump in with Fuxalis. Just why not? Building a colony. There's a portrait for it. Now, basically, you like work tiles next to, like, you know, your outpost, basically. So one of the benefits of basically building right here is I'm going to get access to wood. like more wood, but being like, you know, fire in like this, which is great. I want to turn this on. Basically, you can see like what the resources are. Basically, these resources, you got like, you know, stuff coming from the town hall. You have like crosses, food. I'll basically explain what this is all about later on, but for now, there's like lots of like, you know, resources in the game that I'll have to manage basically all at once. We're gonna start building a dock when we get a chance, but for now we got basically, you know, build up the wood for it. Basically in this game, you actually have to build like wood for like build structures and such. So unlike in like, you know, Civilization, you don't like build shields, but rather you build like wood to like, you know, put in stuff. And then you have to actually use the wood to actually construct stuff, which takes time as well. But you'll see that in a little bit. Ah, meeting the natives. So yes, there's natives in this game, and like, you know, much like the Europeans, you have to interact with them. So we have found the Apache tribe. The Apache tribe welcomes you. We are a glorious nation of 12 camps. To celebrate our friendship, we generously offer you the land you now occupy as a gift. Will you accept our treaty and live with us in peace as brothers? Okay. The Apache welcome peace with our brothers as the Dutch. Let us smoke a peaceful pipe to celebrate our professional friendship. We hope you will soon visit Apache villages to share knowledge with us, and that you will send your wagon trains to trade with us. Alright, so there's a native. Now, natives start off pretty weak in this game, but they'll get stronger if they like steal your guns or get like, you know, horses, which are, you know, things that can basically make them stronger. Alright, so, religious unrest in the Netherlands causes increased immigration. Colonists, indentured servants, now available in Amsterdam. So basically they want to go back to basically pick these guys up. And the Continental Congress will expand during its next session, Your Excellency. Which founding father shall we appoint as its next member? So in this game, basically you have this option to basically pick up basically these founding fathers. And these guys basically will influence how you basically go about the game. So, for example, I can pick up Anna Smith here, who basically gives me like more production with like, you know, second tier or third tier, like, you know, factory type buildings. He's a little bit of a late guy to get, but whatever. You got Henry Huntington here, who basically increases the output of all fur trappers. Never really the greatest, but whatever. We've got Hernan Cortez, who basically conquered all of Mexico, which is basically the you know, the Aztec Emperor at that time. He's pretty good to pick up early on, but let's just see what else we got. We got Benjamin Franklin. Benjamin Franklin's pretty awesome to pick up because he basically prevents like the other European powers from declaring war on you, which they will do if they have the chance to. But whatever. And then we got William Brewster. One of the Pilgrim Fathers and framers of the Mayflower Compact, William Brewster served as the first Pilgrim minister and was instrumental in organizing a party that sailed on the Mayflower. So this guy's a pretty awesome guy because he basically prevents you from any criminals or servants basically putting on your docks, which is a really big boon. But I actually don't need him right away. I can actually live with having like, you know, industrial servants and like, you know, criminals coming to my docks for now. So let's pick up Hernan Cortez because he's actually really great to get on early on. And basically, what will happen now, basically got like these information tabs and stuff, so Continental Congress. Basically, I'm going to build these Liberty bills towards getting myself a new, like, you know, Liberty fodder. And then, when I get, like, you know, this filled out, like, you know, I guess it'll be like 200 or so, whatever, I'll basically pick up Hernan Cortez, who'll basically be in my, you know, my Congress. And by the way, I have other stuff in here I'll basically get to later on, but we'll get to that later on. This is currently empty. Alright. Oof. Orders, you're to go to port now. Go to Amsterdam. Actually, before we do that, let's put them all the way over here. So, we're going to put it like this. Now, you basically want to be really close to the sea lane, but right next to it with these guys, because the pathing for the AI in this game is really, really bad. So I go here, and I go, orders, go to port, go to Amsterdam, basically. He'll enter the sea lane, and then he'll basically be sailing back home to do more stuff for us. Ooh! There's the capital of the Apaches. They're right there. That's interesting. This is both good and bad because I can basically trade with these guys. And then, like, you know, that's good in a way. But it's also bad because they're so damn close at the same time. But whatever. Alright, there's the French caravel over there. So he's probably, like, taking some goods home. That, like, 2 there means that he's got, like, you know, goods on himself to sell. We'll send you up there for now. At some point, I'm basically going to send this guy home because I don't want to explore too far in just yet. But for now, he's doing a pretty good job just looking around for us. Our little soldier here guy. Alright, so we're back here in the New World. Here's our adventure server who we basically have pick up. We'll basically put him in our ship here on our way back. Basically, we have guys in the docks and there's like empty spaces here. You'll basically take them, you know, bound for Fuchsia's land. So we'll go like this. Basically, I'll take this adventure server along and poof, back away we go. Let's go up to view one more. That's pretty good. I think with this guy here, we'll start turning around at this point. We'll basically clear out some of the shroud down here and then we'll, like, you know, be done with that. I don't want to explore too far to Soldier because he's probably better to be, you know, working over here. I just want to show off a little bit of the land before doing anything else. Basically, in this game, there's like different types of, like, you know, textures for, like, you know, land you can basically be using. Like, you got the hills, you got like the mountains. Basically, old civilization stuff for, like, you know, these are, like, you know, still their own types of, like, you know, things. Like, basically, like the newer civilizations, you'll have like hills and forests like mixed in with each other, and just they're like separate things. And you know, you got like fisheries and stuff. Rainforests. There's a tropical forest. Grassland. That's in a rainforest. Do I have just these things? No, there's a coniferous forest. Conifer forests basically are like really good wooded areas. There's a tropical forest. There's a broadleaf forest. There's rivers, of course, on the map. Rivers can like run through stuff, which is nice, and they do some stuff for you. Here's this guy back. We'll basically drop him over here in Fuxopolis. Now, what's really great about where I placed my city, by the way, it's actually just at the edge of the sea lane here, so basically I can send my guys into here without them basically, like, you know, taking like 2 turns to basically get there, which is nice. You can go this way and this way. There's another Apache tribe. How about you go this way for now? Because, you know, much like any other game, if you have like only 1/5 of a movement left, you're probably not going to make it on like next movement, so we'll avoid that. This adventure servant, I think I'll actually turn him into a pioneer. So this is actually something you can do in this game, by the way. You guys should sort of like change one unit to like another like type of job application, and basically, like, you know, you can select professions for what they do. So basically, this guy could be like, you know, a farmer. That's right there, and then he'll like start farming like these places if you want him to. Let's see, I want to actually drag him over to here. Basically, if you want to, you can have him farm like this. Another thing I could do is like turn him into a lumberjack, and he'll cut wood like this guy's doing right now. But what we really want to do, I guess, right now, I want this guy to be a pioneer, and I'll basically let him do stuff for me. So make a pioneer for us, and basically he'll next turn have like these tools and be able to work like, you know, one of like the peasants do in, like, you know, the other like games. Basically, in, like, you know, civilization games, you have like, you know, your workers, which basically like toil the lands for you and stuff. That's basically what I turned this guy into. So he's basically been turned into like a normal citizen into like a worker. That's always some stuff I like about this game. Basically, unlike Civilization, where you actually have to build like, you know, manually each type of unit and then send them off to do wherever you need them to do, or leave them in like a town to basically do stuff for you. You basically just take your citizens, which are actually like, you know, the actual units in this game. Like, you don't actually have population in your cities, and in this game you actually have like these units, which make up the population. So every single unit in this game is a population unit, basically. We're just gonna do that with him for now. Ooh, there's the Swux, or the Sox, or those guys. So, the Sioux tribe welcomes you. We are a glorious nation of 17 camps. To celebrate our friendship, we generously offer you the land you now occupy, blah blah. Will you accept? Yes. They're nearby. And then they'll basically say the same thing the Apaches did. Alright, so, this ship is ready to sail back home. And here's something you can actually do, by the way, in this game. So, basically, if you want to, you can actually sail goods back home to basically sell. I'm not going to do that just yet, but basically I know that I have like sugar here. And I can actually drop it in my ship here. And when I get a chance, I'll basically sail them off into like the sea lane, so I can basically send that back home. But what I'm going to do with this guy right now, we're just going to send him this way for now. And there's the land where the French are probably on. Let's have you go right there. So here's my industrial service. He's basically got tools now to basically do stuff for us. Let's have him go here, I guess. You'll start building a road for us. Hey, let's have you go this way, this way. No sign of French yet. So, type R, you get the road, much like the old Civilization games. Alright, the French, where are they, I wonder? Okay, there is the Arawaks. Those guys are basically Caribbeans, or in this game, they're basically, you know, these guys right here. But basically, the Arawak were a Caribbean tribe back in the day. Which means they didn't fare too well when the Spanish came. Ooh. So, we just found ourselves our first, like, type of goodie hut. This is basically a lost city rumor. Obviously, I have to send, like, a scout there at some point, but we'll get to that when we get to that. You got no orders, so that's fine. Alright, so we got ourselves some petty criminals now. Petty criminals aren't that great to have around, but whatever. They'll, you know, be nice to have, I guess. Let's have these guys head back home. So go this way, go this way, go this way, go this way, and then orders go to port, go to Amsterdam. Poof. Awesome. Ooh, another goodie hut. Awesome. Those will be awesome to pick up when I get to it, but for now I basically have to get myself a scout to do anything with them, so... Alright, so cargo from the New World. Basically, like, you'll bring cargo from the New World to, like, you know, the old country to basically sell it. Much like you do in, like, you know, the old colonial times. So right there's some cargo for me to sell. It won't sell for a whole lot, but basically I'll make a little bit of money from it. So there's like 18 gold. Here's my indentured servant, or not indentured servant, but criminals. So basically, for those who don't know, petty criminals were actually often sent from like the old world, or yeah, basically like, you know, England, France, Spain, Portugal, and all that to the New World. Basically, it's like, you know, a way of like, you know, selling like new colonies and stuff. They send like, you know, criminals to penal colonies in like in other parts of the world. One of the most famous places for that would be like Australia or New Zealand, I believe, because those are basically, you know, those were former like penal colony areas. Yes, as station goes. And how about you go over to Fusopolis, you? So think about it. I might want to make this guy set up a new city sometime. Sometime soon, at least. Nah, we'll just send him over here for now. Alright, the price of cotton has changed. Basically, in this game, it's like a floating, like, you know, cost range for your goods. So basically, the cost of goods will basically go up and down as like time goes on. So the price of cotton has basically risen to 2 gold, apparently. Or 2 doubloons, or whatever I want to call them. There's my petty criminals. So let's send these guys over to Fusopolis. Yeah, you can see the bad pathing right there. Basically, the ship went down instead of like going like, you know, directly this way. You really have to watch out for pathing in this game because like your AI, the AI for this game is really, really bad. But whatever. Vice report: the Arabs burned French colony of Quebec. French government vows revenge. So this will pop up every so often. Basically, Quebec, for those who know, is one of like, you know, the well, it's part of French Canada, and that's one of the first settlements, Quebec. But anyways, the Arabs apparently burned the French colony to the ground, so there's going to be no Quebec in this game. Price of cloth has risen to 10. Alright, so there's my petty criminals. Now, I basically built a road here, by the way. This will basically increase like the yield of wood from this place, which is really, really nice. And what I'm going to do at this point, this guy, I'm going to actually have him do a little bit of wood making in a moment, but we're going to have this guy start making off those carpenter shops and start building stocks. Basically in this game, you have to like have like wood to actually build stuff, and you actually have like have to have like this guy over here actually making the wood into a structure for you. So I actually have to use 52 hammers, which is basically 52 wood, to create like, you know, the docks. That's what I need to do right now. So thinking about it, I'm thinking what I might want to do with this guy over here, just to make a little bit of money early on. I might get this guy mining for us, so we might go to like mine a little bit of ore from this mountain, for example. And I might, oh wait, I don't have the food for it. You have to watch out for your food, by the way, in this game, because it'll go down really, really fast if you're not careful. So let's have this guy just do basic food first, like for now, I guess. That's something to watch out for, food. Food's not cheap, by the way, either. So something I might want to do is to start clearing out like this woods and stuff. But I think we're going to do with this guy for now. Let's go up here and start building roads. We're just going to build roads all over the place here for now. I like to build roads all around my cities right away. Alright, so let's build ourselves a little bit of stuff in here. Now I know basically I'm starting to build his docks here, so I basically got 3 hammers, so like the 52, so I need 49 hammers basically to build his docks. Once I get this docks, by the way, I can start like fishing around like in the ocean. Early on, you can't actually do anything in the ocean because you don't actually have the fishing boats and stuff, so you have to build docks for it. Orders, go to port. Go to Amsterdam. Excellent. Okay, you build a road there. The price of rum in Amsterdam has risen to $10. The price of cloth in Amsterdam has fallen to 9. Alright, our soldier made back, so what we're going to do with him right now, I really don't need him like, you know, as he is right now, so what I'm going to do with him, we're just going to make him like do a little bit of firing for us. I'm actually going to change this petty criminals guy here into a soldier, so basically like, yeah, here's something I should actually note by the way. To actually like change some of these guys into like certain possessions, like, you know, that our guy indentured service, I basically turned him into like, you know, a pioneer. This guy right here, I'm turning him into a soldier. I basically need 50 muskets. Basically need to have like goods for some types of guys, so if I want to turn this guy into a soldier, it costs me 50 muskets to do so. And if you see the grey out stuff here, the pioneer would cost at least 20 tools to make, the scout would cost at least 50 horses, and the dragoons would cost 50 muskets and 50 horses. And note that these are like the basic, like, you know, combat units that you'll basically have in this game, or like the basic like outside units you'll basically have. But we're gonna make that petty criminals into a soldier for now, because basically it's just the same as like a free colonist, with like a little difference. So we'll do that with him. Now, I'll note that there's no like anyone on a dock, so what I'm gonna do right now, we're gonna have this guy just wait here in town for now, and when I have like a guy appear in the docks, I'll basically send him off for Fuchs's land. So this guy will fortify right there. He's gonna defend our Fuxopolis here. The price of rum in Amsterdam has fallen to 9 gold. Cigars has gone up. Coats has gone up. Ooh, that's awesome. Religious unrest in the Netherlands caused increased immigration. Colonist seasoned scouts are now available in Amsterdam. Seasoned scouts are actually one of the best pickups right early in the game because basically they're horsemen, and horsemen move really, really fast over terrain. Plus they're seasoned scouts, which basically any colonist can become a scout if he's mounted on horses. But basically, scouts can perform many valuable services to your cause. They reveal unexplored terrain faster. They move farther in a turn. They have better luck of exploring lost slavery rumors. They can meet and talk to Indian chiefs, infiltrate enemy colonies. Basically, these guys are awesome in all ways and, you know, possible ways. So we're going to send this guy right off. And you know what? We've actually gone for a little bit at this point. Let's say this is good enough for a first episode of Sid Meier's Colonization. And next time, obviously, we'll keep going on. We'll probably explore some of these like lost rumors over here, talk to the natives, and see what's going on in the world. So we'll save this game right here. And you can actually like type out what you want to call these saves, basically. So if I go into here, like, you know, I load the game. Basically, like, you know, you can't like, you know, name your saves basically in this game, but whatever. There's our save. Converser DFuxa the Dutch. We'll exit to DOS, because, you know, that's what we used to do in the old days. We exited DOS. Alright, well, I hope you guys enjoyed this first episode. We'll see how it goes as we continue on. For now, take care.